Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fox Den. Now, this is episode 1 of Ordis' memory data. I will first start off with a little bit of explaining about how this will work in the universe of Warframe and My Hero. Then we'll cut over to a POV of Ordis to explain to our mysterious viewer what's happening, and then we'll cut over to Garuda. Or Garuda. I forgot how to pronounce her name, but yeah. Anyways, let's begin to give in some stories. The My Hero universe is stuck within a void singularity, you can say. Kind of like how the new Doverin paradox is happening. That the My Hero universe is another paradox. How the Orichan, or humans, never really explored out into space. Instead, mutations happen which cause quirks. Now that's over with, you should know what... no, I'm not going to spoil it. Or even hint to it right now. Anyways, we would cut over to Ordis hovering in the void. Drifting... Ordis in the orbiter after the operator has mysteriously disappeared. At least this Ordis and his operator. And the orbiter that suddenly disappeared. With his operator suddenly disappearing, he would wake up to see someone, and he would begin explaining to them about the events and memories that he has of other Ordis units. As he would begin explaining, I believe I can piece together a little bit. I believe I can piece together some information of the operator. If only he wasn't stupid. If only she wasn't stupid. But nonetheless, I'll piece together as much information I have, and it seems like one operator, one version, has been available. It seems like we will have to get in contact once again with the Gore Queen. Now then, Albert Sir, you might want to sit down while I explain everything that happened. Happened to her in this new Earth they found. New Earth she found. Now, remember correctly, this event takes place years before it happened. Before, at least, the war we went through. Before the war we went through. Ordis, you sure this is the right location? I'm sure, operator. Ordis would respond with, I am sure, operator. This is the location. Whatever you say, Ordis. It's not like we have the orbiter anymore anyways. We're stuck here. That is correct, operator, but I at least will provide as much support as I can. It's a great thing we landed in this cave. Yeah. How long do you think until the orbiter will be fixed? Give or take. I would say give or take forever. About 3 to 4 years. Alright, I'm gonna go exploring then. Take care, Ordis, and keep me updated if any situation changes. Will do, Ordis will respond with, will do, operator. As the operator will go into transference, this operator will go into transference to get into her Garuda, and begin exploring this new planet, or different Earth they found. We will then cut over to the city of Masafu, because they landed in Japan, and some fights would be going on against other humans. And Garuda would see 2 people that catch her eye. A black-haired woman with a pretty tame outfit, and a buff young man. If you should know by now, each episode of Ordis Memory Data is going to take place during a different time of my hero. They're all going to be connected, too. And this is actually going to be the first fight versus All For One against Nana Shimura, if it's not already obvious. All Might being weak, the operator would see this man, the blonde young man, down and bleeding, and would see thugs gathering up around him, ready to beat him up. So Garuda did the only thing she could. She rushed in and used her ability, Blood Alter. All Might's perspective, in All Might's perspective, he would see this black, red, and white tall woman. I believe all warframes are about 6 and 7 feet. They're either the same height or slightly taller than the other characters. I'll say 6 feet just for simple. A woman of the same, almost same height as All Might himself, run up behind a guy and stab him through the chest with spikes coming out of the floor to stab him. All Might, being ready to freak out, sees his wounds heal. He would get up and punch the guy next to him, with Garuda slashing the other, disabling them, but not killing, but bleeding profusely. All Might would be about to attack Garuda, with Garuda putting her hands up, signaling All Might to not do that. With Garuda then explaining that, Garuda's operator then explaining that, calm down, I just saved your life. With All Might explaining, you just killed someone. I'm a mercenary. With the operator explaining, I'm a mercenary, this is what we do. Well, I explained, so you were hired to protect me. With the operator saying, no, I'm doing this because I'm new to this planet. And what I just did saved your life, didn't it? So stop complaining. With All Might somewhat questioning the fact that this person said, you're a planet, new to this planet, shakes it off and would remember the fact that Nana is currently fighting All For One and saying, shit, I have to get going. Thanks for the save, but I have to go rescue my master. Garuda saying, I can help. You don't need to pay me. I'm doing this out of good graces. All Might nodding, saying, just don't kill anyone. At least, don't kill any more people. With Garuda nodding, saying, I'll do my... With the Garuda nodding, with the operator saying, I'll do my best. I'll do my best not to, but if I have to heal someone, I will use that ability. I will use what I did to heal you. All Might simply sighing, saying, that's fair. That's fair enough, I guess. As they would begin rushing over to rescue Nana from the first fight. As Nana was about to get punched to receive a final punch from All For One, due to her being exhausted, Nana would just see this white streak, this kind of white, blackish, red figure appear in front of her with a shield, with All For One punching the shield, and a little orb of Gore forms above Garuda. With the shield still facing All For One, and following him anywhere he tries to attack, Garuda would begin using a little AoE health item to heal Nana. Not as effectively as her Blood Alter, but there's no other people nearby. Nana would then get up and begin speaking, saying, thank you, whoever you are. You saved my life. Are you a new hero, or perhaps? With the Garuda shaking her head, saying, with her operator then speaking, saying, no, but I am a mercenary. And I'm technically under contract by your student. He was worried about you when I saved his life, so I'm now here under a favor contract to help save you. Nana nodding her head, saying that's enough for me. We get up and see All for One still trying to attack with the shield not giving away. All for One would again explain, so, we have a new arrival to this battle of ours. It seems like she's more powerful than you. Nana's the 6th user, I believe, right? No, the 5th user. I don't know. I don't know what user she is, but I don't remember at least. But either way, All for One would then use an opening that was created to try to steal Garuda's quirk. But when him trying would fail, with Garuda's operator saying, I don't know much about your abilities in this world, but you can't simply take a Tenno's ability. You can't simply take an ability that we weren't born with. All for One responding with, if I can't take your quirk, if I can't take whatever power that is, I guess we'll just have to kill you. With Garuda holding the blood orb in her hand, saying, that'll make 2 of us. And she would throw it to All for One, causing him to get hit hard and fly back a pretty good distance. All for One would then retreat, seeing this fight is not in his favor. As Nana would then begin to speak, saying, she just said that is not, that your ability, you just said your ability is not a quirk. Then what is it? With Garuda's operator thinking on this for a bit, and simply says, do you have somewhere in private we can talk about this? I'd rather not the whole world know. I'd rather not more people know the secret about me. I'd rather not other people know about the secret of our kind. Nana agreeing, and go off to find All Might and take them off to Nana's apartment. They would enter and find Gran Torino worried sick. And as for Nana and All Might explain the situation, Gran Torino would thank the mercenary. As Garuda's operator would then tell Gran Torino and All Might if they can leave. This is a private conversation between her and Nana. The two looking at each other, Gran Torino and All Might looking at each other, then agreeing, simply saying that if you hurt her, we'll make sure your life is living hell. And you go away for a long time. With Garuda saying, don't worry, I don't ever hurt the innocent. As the two would leave, Nana would begin speaking, so what did you want to show me? With Garuda's operator saying, well, you might be shocked about this, but as the operator would then begin to activate transference. Garuda's operator would be sort of similar to what you see in the middle picture. Just in normal the Zerman clothes, with the white hair and black middle. Saying, my name is, and this will come, Ordis being, there. That's weird. The data is corrupted on this. No matter. Let's continue on with the data. Let's continue on with the data replay. So, you're telling me that your people are from a different solar system that's very similar to ours. A parallel solar system that has different technology. Is that correct? With the operator nodding, saying that is correct. That is correct. But there's a thing called the old war that we were and how we were made. We were used as test subjects. We were also originally planned to be executed by our own people. And basically explained the origin of the Tenno. Now, I'm being shocked about this, saying, you guys never deserved any of that. Didn't deserve any of that. With the operator nodding, saying, while we never deserved it, we took the chance we got, and made the most of it. Most of us stayed and made codes of honor and made our own schools of the Tenno ways. While one in particular, who was outcast from the rest of us, he formed his own little group before the void took him. We were still looking for him to this day, because many of us regret what we did. Just because his void abilities were different, we shunned him. But we all cared for him. Especially one certain operator. As they began just conversing, All Might and Torino come back in and asking about what happened, what they talked about. Nana's about to say something with Garuda's operator shooting her a glare. A glare that says, keep this a secret between us only. But keep this a secret to you only. As Garuda would then stand up because this transference ready, and she ran her transference back to her warframe. Stand up and bow towards Nana, Gran Torino, and All Might, saying, "This has been a pleasant day. I'm sorry that I ruined your guys' fight. But I'm sure this is now where I have to go. I have a friend who wants to meet with me. And no, just for you other two heroes, they're not villains. Just some bodyguard work." As Gran Torino and All Might would then nod their head, saying, "All right, just make sure you don't cause any trouble." As the two would go off, and this is where we'll cut over to a lone house, as we see a young we see a pair of twins, but it looks like two young girls, one with darker green hair, one with lighter green hair, and Garuda is just on the nearby roof watching them. Or wait, no. Let's see. Actually, better. Garuda would find this little house with a mid-teen, bright green-haired girl talking amongst her friends in their front yard, and with Garuda across the way on a roof watching them, with her simply stating that it looks like we found them. Looks like we found her. Ordis, record everything that's happened, and save it within the memory data. Now we will cut back to the Ordis, Ordis would then begin to explain. So, that's all I have on her. It seems like there's many things that's happened, and it seems like I've unlocked the next memory. But I'm sure you want to go explore the things I've just told you about. I'll mark the locations. Now go, let's hope we find the operator. Hope you guys enjoy episode 1 of this. It's gonna be a pretty fun series, in my opinion. But of course, if you guys don't want me to continue this, just tell me. But if you guys really want me to, tell me also. Also, leave down below if you want me to continue this past the 9 episodes I have planned. And put down the other warframes you also want me to do as a single episode. As a episode as well. Anyways, until then, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Ta-ta.